Today, we are solving one of the biggest mysteries in JavaScript. Why does your variable behave like an angel in one line and then completely betray you in the next? If you've ever seen an error like x is not defined and thought, but I literally just defined it, congratulations, you've just met scope. Hey everyone, Saeed here from Elite Tech Club, and today we are breaking down one of the most important concepts in JavaScript, scope. By the end of this video, you'll finally understand why some variables behave, some misbehave, and why others simply vanish into thin air. Scope simply means where your variables live and where JavaScript is allowed to find them. Think of JavaScript like a parent calling their kid. If the kid is in the house, great. If they're hiding in the neighbor's garage, good luck. Let's begin with the smallest neighborhood, block scope. A block is literally anything inside curly braces, and variables created with let or const only exist inside that block. Let's see it in action. Here, I add curly braces, and inside, I create a variable with the let keyword. Message, I assign a value, and finally, here, inside this curly braces, I log this variable. Yeah, and let's see the result. I right-click and then click on Inspect, and then go to the Console tab. No surprise, you see that hello has been logged here, right? If I bring this code outside of this curly braces and then save it, here you see that we get an error. Message, the variable, is not defined because, when we define a variable using let or const, doesn't matter, they are only accessible within the block that they are defined and not outside of that. So they are not accessible here. So inside the block, the variable is a celebrity. Outside the block, paparazzi can't find them. And this is why most of your X is not defined errors happen. It's not JavaScript's fault. Your variable just didn't leave the house. Next up, function scope, which belongs to the old school var keyword. Anything declared with var is only accessible inside the function where it lives. Okay, let me first paste this line here and then comment out these lines. Okay, I'll create a function, a very simple function, read, using the var keyword. I declare a variable, username, example, William, and then inside that function, I like that. Okay, we need to call it. If I call this function, you see that William is logged in the console, right? Now I'll comment out this line and also this line, and outside of the function, I try to access the variable username, right? I save it, and here you see that good old error. Username is not defined because we declared that using the var keyword, and we tried to access the variable outside of the function where it has been defined. But here's where things get spicy. If you use var inside an if block or a loop, it ignores the block and escapes like a ninja. Here, I'll comment out these lines and I come back to our first example. And then let me declare another variable, but this time with var keyword. Var my or text, and this is a text. Here I use the var keyword, and we are inside this block. Then outside of that, I try to log this variable, and I also this line. Okay, you see that it's logged in the console. So even though it's declared inside curly braces, we can access that outside of it. Also, as another example, here I write a very simple if statement, and I declare a variable inside of that, x is 10, and then outside of this if block, I try to get access to that, and I save it. And again, you see that we can do this. However, if I change this var to let or const, this time I use const, and then save that, again, you see that we get this error. Because yeah, we've got a block here, and then inside of that, we declare the variable using the const keyword, and we cannot, or JavaScript doesn't allow us to access that outside of that block. Yep, var doesn't care about your curly braces. It only respects functions. It's like that one friend who only listens to their parents, not to teachers. Now let's talk about the boss level, global scope. Any variable declared outside of any function or block is global, meaning you can access it from anywhere. Here I comment out everything, and I declare a variable, sport, assign a value, and then I declare a function, print sport. Let's keep it very simple, just a console log. Sport. Then I call this function, print sport. After that, again, I try to access this variable. And finally, I add a for loop for I from 0 to less than 5 plus plus, and here again, let's print variable here plus the index, so we can distinguish between these blocks. Okay, I save that, and yeah, here you see that we don't get any error at all because this variable is defined globally inside of this function. We have access to that, so when we call the function, yeah, no problem. And then here you see line 33. Again, it's printed, and also inside of our loop, so inside of this block, we print that without any issues. So you see that we have football 0, 1, all the way up to 4, because we also concatenated the index here. So you see that we can access a global variable from anywhere. This looks great until it's not, because global variables are like leaving all your doors open. Anyone can walk in and change stuff, so use them carefully. A few global variables, fine. Your entire program as globals, that's how horror movies begin. JavaScript always uses the closest variable it can find. Your turn. Here's a quick challenge. Look at this code and tell me which lines will work and which ones won't. Drop your answer in the comments and no cheating. I'm watching you. If this video made Scope finally click for you, hit that like button, it really helps boost the video. Subscribe for more beginner-friendly JavaScript tutorials and let me know what topic you want next. Until next time, keep coding, keep learning, and as always, stay awesome.